Apple's smallest iPad may be about to get its biggest upgrade in years. The next iPad mini, widely referred to as the iPad mini 8, is rumored to bring OLED to Apple's compact tablet for the first time. A major processor jump, better water resistance, and a different speaker approach are also being reported. The interesting part is that one rumored limitation could still disappoint a lot of buyers. And one rumored compromise could matter more than all of those upgrades combined today. So before you buy the current mini or wait, here is what we know, what credible reports suggest, and what remains uncertain. Welcome to TechVibe, where we cut through the hype and focus on what matters before you spend your money. First, understand this. Apple has not officially announced this product yet. Any feature beyond the current model is still unconfirmed until Apple reveals it. Still, multiple reliable reports now point in the same direction, making this an Apple device worth watching. The headline upgrade is expected to be the display. The current iPad mini uses an 8.3-inch liquid retina LCD with a 2266 by 1488 resolution, 326 pixels per inch, P3 wide color, true tone, and 500 nits of brightness. It is a good screen, especially for such a portable device, but it lacks the deep blacks and pixel-level contrast of OLED. Reports now suggest the next iPad mini could move to an OLED panel, with some supply chain information pointing to a screen around 8.4 inches. If that happens, the difference should be immediately visible. OLED pixels can turn off individually, producing true blacks and far stronger contrast than a conventional LCD. Movies should look more cinematic. Photos should gain more depth, dark interfaces should feel cleaner, and games with high contrast scenes could look significantly better. For people who use the Mini for reading at night, photo editing, sketching, or watching content while traveling, this may be the upgrade that changes the entire experience. But here comes the catch. Recent reporting claims the OLED panel may still operate at 60 Hz. That means buyers hoping for ProMotion-style 120 Hz scrolling could be disappointed. Nothing is official yet, but if Apple really combines OLED with a 60 Hz refresh rate, the iPad mini 8 could have excellent image quality without the ultra-smooth motion many users now expect from premium devices. This is one detail worth watching closely when Apple finally announces the hardware. Performance could be the second major story. Today's iPad mini is powered by the A17 Pro with a 6-core CPU, 5-core GPU, and 16-core neural engine. It already supports Apple Intelligence and has enough power for demanding apps, gaming, multitasking, and creative work. The next model, however, is expected to make what Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has described as a major processor leap. Exactly which chip Apple will use is still unclear. Earlier reports pointed toward the A19 Pro, while newer speculation has also raised the possibility of the A20 Pro. That distinction matters. If Apple uses the A20 Pro, the Mini could land with a newer generation chip close to the silicon expected in Apple's latest Pro iPhones. If Apple chooses the A19 Pro instead, it would still represent a substantial step up from the A17 Pro. Either way, the safest conclusion right now is not a specific chip name, but that a meaningful performance upgrade is expected. For everyday users, more performance is not just about benchmark numbers. A faster chip could improve console-quality gaming, video editing, image processing, AI-assisted features, and the way heavier apps behave over several years of software updates. The iPad mini has always been interesting because it combines serious performance with a form factor small enough to hold in one hand. A stronger chip would push that idea even further. Another rumor is surprisingly practical: improved water resistance. Apple has never marketed an iPad as water-resistant in the same way it does many iPhone models. Reports suggest the next iPad mini could move closer to that territory, and Apple may achieve it partly through a new vibration-based speaker system that reduces the need for traditional speaker openings. If accurate, that could be more important than it sounds. The iPad mini is often used in places where larger iPads are inconvenient: kitchens, airplanes, workshops, hospitals, outdoor locations, coffee shops, and commutes. Better protection from accidental splashes would make the Mini feel less fragile in real-world use. But until Apple gives an official IP rating or specific durability claim, nobody should assume the device is waterproof. What about the design? Do not expect a guaranteed dramatic redesign. The current Mini already has the modern flat-sided look. Compact bezels, USB-C, Touch ID in the top button, and support for Apple Pencil Pro. Reports so far focus more heavily on internal changes, OLED and durability than on a completely new external shape. Apple could refine dimensions, weight, bezels, colors, or materials, but there is not enough credible information yet to treat those details as fact. The release window is becoming more interesting. Recent reporting says Apple is planning a new iPad mini by October 2026, while earlier supply chain reports placed the OLED model in the second half of the year. That makes a fall launch look increasingly plausible, although Apple can always change schedules. Until an event invitation or official announcement appears, consider October a strong reported target, not a confirmed release date. Pricing is another question with no official answer. Apple currently lists the iPad mini in the United States starting at $599. OLED panels, stronger processors, and new hardware engineering can raise manufacturing costs, so there has been speculation that the next model could become more expensive. But there is no confirmed iPad mini 8 starting price yet, and guessing an exact number would be misleading. So should you wait? If you already own the current A17 Pro iPad mini and you are happy with the LCD screen, there is no urgent reason to upgrade based on rumors alone. Your device is still powerful, compact, and compatible with Apple Intelligence and Apple Pencil Pro. But if OLED is a major priority, if you keep your tablets for several years, or if you want the strongest possible performance in Apple's smallest iPad, waiting for the next model makes a lot of sense, and here is the detail that could decide everything: 60 Hz. If Apple gives the mini OLED a major new chip, better water resistance, and improved speakers but keeps the display at 60 Hz, would that still feel premium enough at a potentially higher price? For some people, absolutely. For others, that single limitation could be the reason to skip it. That is why the iPad mini 8 may be one of Apple's most fascinating products of 2026. It does not need to become a tiny iPad Pro. It just needs to preserve what makes the mini special while fixing the areas that feel dated. OLED could transform the screen. A new chip could extend its useful life. Better durability could make it more practical. And if Apple gets the price right, this could become the ultimate travel, reading, gaming, note-taking, and everyday carry iPad. Now I want your prediction. If Apple launches an OLED iPad mini with a powerful new chip but keeps the screen at 60 Hz, are you buying it or passing? Drop your answer in the comments because I want to see where the TechVibe community stands before Apple makes anything official. Subscribe to TechVibe for the next update. And remember, when the leaks get louder, we separate what is possible from what is actually credible. I'll see you in the next one.